Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. And what has to be one of the biggest games of the season is the Merseyside Derby. It is at Anfield. I have been joined by a very special guest. It is Cameron from the Mighty Blues. How are you doing, Cameron?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. All good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I wish our home form was a little bit better, though. In all honesty,
I wish our home form was a little bit better.
I know. Yeah, it's been a really weird season. How would you sum up Everton's season so far?
I think it's difficult because I think overall when you look at it, we're I think 4 points away from fourth, with 3 points behind you guys. There was a 50-point gap between us two last season. And you look at some of the games that we've won. Leicester away from home was a brilliant result. Chelsea at Goodison Park, Arsenal at Goodison Park, Tottenham on the opening game of the season. We've won some big games, and again it has some.
Oh, hang on. Something's happened. Technical difficulties.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, Streamlabs doesn't like my microphone whatsoever. Don't know if there's going to be an echo on it because what we might have to do is you might have to mute your mic as I'm talking, because I think the headphones causes some sort of issue. So just
that's fine. Yeah.
So there's no echo. But anyway, yeah, I think it's been quite an up and down season for Everton. Like I said, we've brought in some really good players in the summer, but we've lost some silly games. Fulham last week was a shocking defeat. Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. Newcastle away, a couple of months ago. So again, up and down, but I think overall, other than those silly defeats where I think we've just become a little bit complacent, I think it's been a decent season so far.
Yeah, 100%. And as you say, we are sitting, a place above you guys, because we're sixth of them all. We've had 11 wins, 7 draws, and 6 defeats. You guys have had 11 wins, 4 draws, and 8 defeats. And as you say, you have won some very, very good games, and you have lost some very, very silly ones, especially that Fulham game. So, and you go into this game with a very good away record, having only lost at Newcastle and Southampton. How are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah, we've had an excellent away record this season. I think we obviously we took a point against Manchester United at Old Trafford a few weeks back. Fantastic point. Not only the last-minute equaliser, but to get back into the game, at 2-0 down. It was an awful first half, and we really come out. The second half, we beat Leeds. The game before that, obviously, we beat Spurs on the opening game of the season. So I'd rather, and this is the first time I've ever said this in my 22 years of existence, I'd rather play Liverpool at Anfield than I would play Liverpool at Goodison Park at the moment, because we are absolutely atrocious at home for some reason. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. That's the thing with you guys, is that away from home, you've been absolutely magnificent this season. So, yeah, I mean, I know you hate people saying it, but this is your best chance to beat us at Anfield for a long, long time. And I'm gonna say this now, that I'm actually fearful of this game, because Carlo Ancelotti has done a very, very good job this season. And yeah, like, we can obviously talk about the game last season, because that was the last game of Marco Silva's tenure as Everton manager. So you'll be hoping for a better performance this time around.
Yeah. Can everyone hear me? By the way, I don't know if my mic keeps turning itself off. I don't know why. I apologise about that. Yeah, first time Carlo Ancelotti's managed the derby in the Premier League at Anfield, so I'm hoping for a much better performance. I mean, that one last Marco Silva game was shocking, absolutely dreadful defensively, and I think Carlo will set up to sort of defend tomorrow, and I also think he'll set up to hit you on the counter-attack because he'll know your home form hasn't been brilliant recently. So yeah, look, I expect a much better performance than that one, but I hate Merseyside derbies, mate. If I'm being honest with you, I can't stand them.
Me too. I'm so nervous going into this game. I mean, I've been still, like, obviously the 2-2, like, we were not in the best of form. We'd lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. We go away to you guys and draw 2-2. Now, this game has had the most red cards in any fixture I can think of. I think this has had 22 red cards. There is a wee quiz on BBC Sport, so go over to BBC Sport and test your Merseyside Derby memory of all the red cards that have been shown in this fixture. So my question to you, Cam, is: do you think there will be a red card in this game?
It's a difficult one. It depends, really, to be honest. I think we'll find out within the opening sort of 5 or 10 minutes whoever the referee is and how quick they are to get their cards out of their pockets. Again, I don't know. I'm not too sure Everton will come out flying in that sort of way. I think they'll focus a lot more on defending and then hitting you on the counter attack. But listen, if there's any fixture that's going to produce red cards, it's the Merseyside Derby at Anfield. But I think we'll have to wait and see the first 10 or 15 minutes where sort of the referee is at, because of, for example, Andre Mariner the other night when we played. When we played Man City, after the Corey put one challenge in the first 20 minutes and we got a card. So if it's like that, then probably, yeah. But we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Tom May, Thiago for the red card. Well, to be honest with you, Tom, Thiago does like a challenge now and then. So, that could potentially be... I would actually get good money. I think you get good money for that one, in all honesty. But no, hopefully there won't be a red card. Obviously, looking from things outside of obviously Everton, what have you made of Liverpool this season?
Look, I think obviously it's not been the heights of last season, but I've said that constantly with football teams and with league stuff, is that it's much harder to retain the title than it is to win the title. You guys seen it with the Champions League, you lost the final, and then you come back with that hunger, with that desire to win the season after. And you've done that. You've done it with the Premier League. You lost the Prem by 1 point, and you come back with that hunger and desire. So I think it's incredibly difficult to retain the title. I mean, I think only 3 teams have done it in the league in the last decade or so. United, City, and Chelsea done it early. Not even in the last decade, in the last 20 years. So I didn't expect it to win, if I'm being honest, because I know how difficult that is. I think you've lost some silly games. I think you've had injuries, but I also think everybody else has as well. So different, to be fair. Obviously you haven't lost the game at Anfield in what, 3 years, and now you've lost something like that. So if I'm being perfectly honest with you, and I might get sorted after this. This is just my opinion. I think you spent the money wrong in the summer. I just don't think you needed to spend 50 million on Thiago. I think you could have spent 50 million. And I know you bought Jota in, and he's a natural striker, and he's been injured, and that's fair enough. But I just don't necessarily think Thiago was what you needed. He had turned up tomorrow and scored an answer. I'm not going to say he's a bad player. He's a fantastic footballer, but I just didn't know whether he was exactly what he needed at that time. But look, it's incredibly difficult to retain a title, so I'm not massively surprised. And I think this is the worst time to play. To be honest, because you're back against the walls and you're desperate for the whole. So, in come Everton.
I know, and Everton fans have been saying the same thing, that they just never seem to perform at Anfield. Whenever people think that Liverpool are on a bad run, people think that this is Everton's best chance to win at Anfield, and then look what happens. They don't go and perform. So Yeah, I mean, look, we've lost 3 games in a row at home. I think that can't remember the last time that happened. So it's been a long, long time that happened. Obviously, the man on the thumbnail, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, has been the subject of speculation that he could miss this game. How big a blow would it be if he missed this game?
Oh, massive, mate. Absolutely massive. Dom's been exceptional for Everton this season. He's been absolutely exceptional. Not only in front of goal and in terms of goal scoring, but also off the ball work as well. He's constantly battling. He's taking defenders out of games. He's actually opening space for everybody else. And if there's one thing Dominic Calvert-Lewin is really, really sort of nailed down this season, it's being in the right place at the right time. He's scoring fantastic headers and goals like that, which we all know he can do. But it's those goals where the ball falls to the back post and he's there, or where it bounces off somebody's bottom and he's on the end. They're the goals that really just like to score, and Dom's doing that at the moment. So I suppose we'll wait and see for Carlo's press conference. I think it's at 1:30. He did say on Wednesday that he didn't play Alan because he thinks he'll be ready to start on Saturday, and he didn't play Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He thinks he'll be ready to start as well. So if those two are back, then I've got more confidence than I have without them. But he's been exceptional this season, mate. He's absolutely vital to our team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been magnificent, and I think he's been one of the most improved players this season, I would say, especially for goal scoring as well. He's an absolute handful, and obviously we know from him scoring in the game back in October that he is an absolute handful. So yeah, he'd be a big miss for sure. And then obviously you've got Richarlison. You've got you've got a very good midfield as well, and you've got a good player in Tom Davies as well, who has been exceptional recently as well. So with that being said, what do you think the starting 11 will be for Everton at Anfield on Saturday?
I don't know, is my honest answer. I can give you my predicted starting 11 because the thing is with Carlo Ancelotti is we've seen, I can't remember the last time we played the same starting 11, to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time we played consecutive sides. So there's a likelihood it could be 5 at the back. There's a likelihood it could be, a different type of midfield. We don't know, but I would hazard a guess as Jordan Pickford in goal. I would say likely to be Luca Dean at left back, Michael Keane and Ben Godfrey at centre back, because of course Yerry Mina is out, and I'd probably say Seamus Coleman at right back. I think he'd prefer Seamus to Mason Holgate. I'd probably prefer Mason. I think he's a better defender, albeit he hasn't been in great form recently. But I think Carlo will prefer Seamus Coleman. And then I would like to see Tom Davies, Alan and Decore in the midfield with James, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front. It might be Alan, Decore and James in a midfield 3 with James in the number 10 and Iwobi, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front. He might come out in an hour and say Dom's picked up another little knock or Dom's not quite ready, and then I think I'll just go back into bed and put the quilt over my eyes. So I'd probably hazard the guesses. It'd be Davies, Decore, Alan, James, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison as a front 3 with that back line behind them.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that is a very good team. And James Rodriguez, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I was very shocked when he joined Everton. But what a signing he has been. I mean, for someone who lost his way at Real Madrid, had to go to obviously, Bayern Munich, to get a player of that quality, was it 22 million you guys got him for?
Free, coming on absolute free, mate. Didn't pay a penny.
Oh, a free transfer. So there you go. So yeah, he's going to be an absolute threat. And I think the other thing is most people will obviously have had Calvert-Lewin and James Rodriguez in their fantasy football teams probably for most of the season as well. So, but it is going to be a very, very interesting game, as I have said. Actually, as I come to say this, obviously we come towards, I think it's the 236th Merseyside Derby this weekend. Liverpool have 121 wins. There's been 85 draws and 82 Everton victories. So my next question to you, Cam, is what is your favourite moment from this game?
Are we talking derbies at Anfield or derbies overall?
Hang on. Derbies overall.
Okay. Well, I think the Dan Gosling goal in the FA Cup has got to be right up there. You know, really, really difficult game. And I think it was an extra time, and it was a chance to. But it was that season we got to the final, so that's definitely up there. Andy Johnson scoring the two where Pepe Reina threw the ball, and I said that was actually the front half of that game, and that was excellent. Obviously, the Arteta and Kale game the last time we beat Liverpool, but there hasn't been a lot of happy moments in recent weeks. Let's say that there's not been a lot of joy. There's not been a lot of sort of victory. That's been a victory over a decade. So all of my memories go back to my childhood and being able to turn up to Liverpool. So hopefully, you could sit down and ask that question on Sunday. Hopefully, I'd have a different answer. Hopefully, I'll say Dominic Calvert battling the back of the net from 45 yards to make it 8-0. But we'll have to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. What favourite memories have I got? I've been to a couple of, obviously from being, from Edinburgh, I don't get to many Liverpool games as I can, but I have actually been to a couple Merseyside derbies. I was at the Kenny Dalglish one, the 2-2, where I think, if I'm rightly remembering, that was probably the last time Everton had a lead at Anfield in a Merseyside derby. Was that game? I think Jermaine Beckford scored the second, and Dark Out scored a penalty for 2-2. That was Kenny Dalglish's birthday, I think, or first game in charge, I think it was, in his second spell as manager. So I've been to that one. I've been to a few FA Cup games. I was at the 1-1. Actually, that was the season you actually beat us. It was the 1-1. Went back to Goodison Park, and that was the Gosling winner. I'm trying to think what other ones I've been to. I was at the 2010 when Cout scored the winner as well. So yeah, I have been to a few of these fixtures, and they're always feisty. They're always fantastic to watch. Very nervy as well. And I can tell you now, I'm going to be the same about 5:30 when the first whistle kicks. I'm going to be so nervous. So yeah, it's a very, very tricky one to recall. Chris Welsh is saying, my favourite Liverpool 1-0 Everton, Pickford spilling it, Lord Origi winner.
Don't remind me of that one. Please don't remind me of that one.
Oh, excuse me. So it's and then he's Liverpool won Everton 0 in FA Cup last season. Jones scoring the winner. Match watching Cam's rant after that game was hilarious. Yes, that I actually have to say. Now I have to give you absolute credit. Well done on 3K. Thoroughly deserved, and you're doing a fantastic job with your channel. But I do remember that wee rant. I think it's one of your most watched videos. That one.
It is the most watched, and to be fair, there's always this misconception with certainly football YouTubers and fan channels and stuff. So you make up when you lose because you get more views being angry. So you could have said to me, right, Everton don't lose that game, but you're into match after only gets 20 views. I'd give away all of those views and not have had to watch that shambles, because that's what it was. It was an absolute shambles, and that was pure emotion, that reaction. And hopefully tomorrow is pure emotion, but elation rather than
Yeah, absolutely. It's as I say, these games are so difficult to predict, and as people say, form does go out the window. But in all honesty, form for Liverpool and Everton, it's not there. It's not there right now. So it's going to be really interesting for sure. As Liverpool, this is really difficult because I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans on social media say that Alisson and Kelleher were not in the pictures. They weren't in training or something like that. As far as I'm remembering, yesterday was a rest day for some of them. So I think probably Ali and probably Kelleher have had rest. So Alisson will make it. The last time we had Adrian in goal, we won 5-2. So I don't know why people are getting a wee bit nervous about it. But obviously, we are nervous when Adrian is in goal. Let's put it that way. But my lineup would be I think it's going to be something along similar lines. I think there might be a wee change at the back. I think Fabinho might make it. So I'm going Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ozan Kabak, Fabinho, Robertson, Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Thiago, Salah, Mane, and Firmino. Now, Ozan Kabak likes to get a red card in a derby. He got sent off against Dortmund. And he got sent off against Bayern Munich. So it's his first appearance of a Merseyside derby. Do you think Everton have a game plan to sort of go attack Kabak, knowing that he's very inexperienced in this fixture?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think Carlo will prepare more for the general game, rather than obviously. He won't know whether Ozan Kabak's starting until an hour before the game, and by that time it's too late to do any preparation or any talk. So maybe, if he is there before the game, it might be a little weird, probably from Duncan Ferguson, to say, look, this lad, likes to lose his head a little bit in derbies, so wind him up a little bit, be on his back, make him, a little bit wound up. But I don't think that'll be I think Carlo Ancelotti's team talks and preparation for this game will be more about how Everton can go out there and perform, and not really obviously focusing on Liverpool because they're the opposition, but more focusing on what we need to do to get something out of this game, rather than sort of bagging on, because we can prepare for 2 days to wind up Ozan Kabak, and then he might be in the team. It's a waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Welsh, absolutely 100% agree. The derby is not the same without fans. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think this is the thing. I think not having fans at Anfield and Goodison has actually affected both teams. Would you say that?
Yeah, I agree. I think, you look at some of the Goodison performances this season. For example, Fulham the other day, that wouldn't have been the case with fans in the stadium. West Ham on New Year's Day wouldn't have been the case. Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. Listen, it's tough, isn't it? Because everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's having to play games behind closed doors. Everybody's better away from home this season. That's factual. Most teams are better away from home than they are at home this season. So I do agree. I think, like I said, this is probably one of our best chances of beating Liverpool. I don't really sit on the whole Everton have been brilliant away, Liverpool have been poor at home, because Everton won 7 on the bounce at the start of the season, and you got your bottoms handed to you by Aston Villa and turned up, and within the first 10 minutes you look like the team of last season, and we just look like we couldn't cope with it. So I don't really take that the form or the away form, because it's a completely different game. And I think Liverpool have got that mentality of that they have to turn up against Everton and then they have to put in a performance. And hopefully Everton's mentality is very much the same tomorrow. And hopefully Carlo Ancelotti has spoken to these players and said, look, these have lost the last 3 at home. They haven't won, I think, in 5 games. They're susceptible to defensive errors. Look at the last 4 or 5 goals they've conceded. They've all been individual mistakes. Go and threaten that. Don't just sit back and bag on them, hitting them on the counter attack. Put some pressure on the defence, because they can make mistakes. But I think you're right. I think this season it's been like that for most teams, hasn't it? Away form's been much better than home form. And I think that is directly down to the fact that there's no fans in stadiums.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. And the thing is, like, I think it's affected a lot of teams. Like, everyone will say now, there's not that home advantage anymore. Not having fans, for sure. We had Adrian in goal, and the reverse fixture was ended 2-2. Yeah, absolutely. Adrian is a no-go zone. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think Kabak will definitely be up for this one on the upside. Yeah, absolutely. Ricky Swift, if that happens, the amount of stick that Divock Origi has actually received recently, that I think you would just be absolutely made up for him. But I don't see that happening, in all honesty. Apparently he might be injured as well. So yeah, but I think Everton fans will be pretty pleased with that. My lineup: Alisson, Arnold, Kabak, Phillips, Robertson, Henderson, Thiago, Jones, Salah, Firmino, Mane. I don't think Fabinho will be back for the game. And don't bite my head off, we know Henderson will start centre back. 100%. I think the thing is that Henderson is much, much better in the midfield. And that is something we've been missing this season, is Henderson's driving runs from midfield. And You know, we've got basically Matip, who, as Chris likes to say, is like a Weetabix. It always breaks into little pieces. Gomez has been injured. Van Dijk has been injured. So yeah, it'll always take something out of you for playing, midfielders at centre backs. My prediction: Liverpool 0, Everton 0. These big games and derbies always get overhyped by the media. Interesting. It was 5-2 not long back, Chris. Yeah. Do you think Everton vulnerabilities is defensively? Asked Chris.
I think Everton's vulnerability, to be honest with you, is inconsistency. I think you could say recently it's defensively, of course you could, because of the goals that we've conceded and the way in which, we've defended. But go back 4 or 5 weeks ago when Yerry Mina and Michael Keane were excellent. They weren't conceding at all. They were absolutely dominant. Obviously Ben Godfrey has been, for me, one of the best signings of the summer in the entire Premier League. He's been brilliant. Mason Holgate has been very solid for the most part. Obviously Luca Dean's been very good as well. Seamus Coleman when he's come in. So I think at the moment, probably yes, but I think Everton's vulnerability is inconsistency. Everton could turn up tomorrow and put in the best defensive performance of the season, and you might be saying, what's their worry defensively? Or we might come into it and put a poor performance defensively. So I don't think it's a specific issue. I think the issue is the inconsistency of Everton at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I think, as you say, you have lost very, very silly games, and it is that inconsistency because you guys started off like a house on fire, 7 wins in a row. Main thing is to not lose this game. Period. Let's hope the officials. My favourite saying: I'd rather rely on Weetabix being available in supermarkets than Matip staying fit all season. Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, by the way, we are still winless at Anfield this year. Yes. When was the last? Oh, Tottenham. Tottenham was the last victory at Anfield. So that was the 16th of December. So, yeah, 1-1 with West Brom. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Win 1 at Anfield this year. So, what better way to get with a Merseyside Derby? So, before I let you go, what is your prediction for this game?
I hate predicting games of football. I'm never predicting an Everton loss. I'm never ever predicting. You could put us against bloody Brazil in the 90s, and I ain't predicting a loss. I'm gonna go with 1-1. To be honest, I think I think it'd be tough. I think it'll be gritty. I think it'll be end to end. I think Everton will defend. To be honest with you, but I think we'll cause Liverpool issues going forward. But I just think I can see a 1-1 draw and it being a very tense, very horrible game of football, and then we all sit back at the end of it and go, nothing really happened there, did it, other than 2 goals and a lot of defending. So I'm going to go with 1-0.
Very interesting. Chris Ross says, Everton will get a better chance to win at Anfield. Here's a question for you. Does Cam have any Liverpool fans in his family?
Yeah, I've got a couple, distant family, of course. The missus is a Liverpool fan. My mum's a Liverpool fan as well. So I've got a couple, but again, not many. My mum isn't really into football, to be honest, and the missus does a lot of stuff with me for Everton, so she's very dedicated to the channel and stuff like that. So not many. Most of my immediate family are Blues, dad, brother, cousins. So yeah, just on the Everton will never have a better chance to win at Liverpool. By the way, the fact that you haven't won at Anfield since before Christmas or whatever makes this even worse for me and even worse for Everton, because it just means that your backs are against the wall, you're underdog, whatever. I'd rather you have won every game at Anfield this season and us coming with no expectation, thinking, you know what, just go with these here, what have we got to lose, rather than coming into it having not won for a month. That makes it even worse for us. Well, certainly for me anyway, as a fan.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. You won't this. I think that's that. Look, draws are draw. It has got draw written all over it. Aaron Gall, I'm going to go for a 1-0 once again. I reckon Mo on the score sheet for us and probably Richarlison for them. Just not sure who scores first. Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. Everton are a sharp team. Yeah, absolutely. Great stream as always. Take care. Stay safe, lad. 2 legends of YouTube. Let's hope Liverpool win. Cam. I like how you said 2 legends of YouTube. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I agree, Chris. Looks like we're going to have to wait until March to get our elusive 2020-21 Anfield win. I don't know. I've gone 2-1 Liverpool, but it's on the edge of sort of, well, it's going to be a very tense, nervy game. I'm going to say that, but 2-1 is a dangerous prediction because we all know what our defense is like recently. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go Calvert-Lewin to score. I think Calvert-Lewin will definitely score at Anfield versus us, and then I'm going to go Salah. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a Henderson goal. I don't know why. I'm just going to say Henderson will score. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed the live stream, then obviously hit that like button and go and subscribe to the Mighty Blues, a very, very good Everton fan channel, and Cameron does a fantastic job as well. Cameron, it's been an absolute pleasure to preview the upcoming game. Is all your socials just the Mighty Blues, yeah?
YouTube is the Mighty Blues, Twitter is Mighty Blues YT, Instagram is Mighty Blues EFC. So if you type in the Mighty Blues on Twitter, I'll come up because that's my name. It's just me that's a bit different because somebody had taken it. So, but yeah, massive thanks for having me on, mate. Really appreciate it. I'm not going to wish you luck for tomorrow because I couldn't think of anything worse than to wish Liverpool luck, especially considering you haven't won for about 600 years at Anfield. So I'm not going to wish you luck, but massive thanks for having me on, mate. Really appreciate it. Keep up the work, by the way. Brilliant channel, brilliant content, and even the footballing content in general, not just the Liverpool stuff, is fantastic. So keep up the good work, and yeah, big congratulations on 1K as well, by the way. Absolutely smashing it. So big thanks for having me on. I hope everybody enjoyed. And yeah, let's wait and see where we are at 8:15 tomorrow.
Absolutely. No, I absolutely appreciate you. 1K is absolutely amazing to get, and I really do appreciate your kind words. But you're doing a fantastic job as well. So yeah, guys, please go and follow Cameron at the Mighty Blues YouTube. Fantastic channel. So. And yes, I'm not going to wish you luck for tomorrow either. But what I will say, after this game, I do wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season, because I think Everton in Europe would be absolutely fantastic to see as well. But yeah, guys, obviously if you have missed the live stream, then obviously check back after. Leave us your starting 11s. Leave us your prediction. It's a very tough one to predict, that is for sure. And I'm sure if you leave a comment as well, myself or Cam would be delighted to answer back to you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna say that we will see what happens tomorrow, and yeah, see what happens, how we're feeling at 8:15 tomorrow evening. But until then, it is goodbye from both of us, and we will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now.